Have you ever wished you could just sleep through the night without waking up in the middle of the night, without struggling in the dark just to find your lost sleep? Today, we will expose 7 familiar foods that are secretly sabotaging your sleep every night. And you may be surprised to find that some of these seemingly harmless foods you may even be eating every day without even knowing it. Elderly people don't suffer from insomnia because of age, but rather due to one common eating habit in the evening. Simply changing this can bring back deep, uninterrupted sleep in just 3 nights. Sleep is the most valuable natural remedy for older adults. But are you sure your parents are getting enough quality sleep each night? We often assume that insomnia is an unavoidable part of aging. But the truth is, certain familiar foods at dinner may be silently disrupting sleep, causing your loved ones to toss and turn, wake up in the middle of the night, and feel drained the next morning. In today's video, we're going to reveal the 7 most common foods that cause insomnia in older adults, and show you how to eat them the right way so you don't have to cut them out completely. These simple tips not only help reduce insomnia, but also relax the muscles, prevent cramps, and support better overnight recovery. Feel free to leave your questions in the comments and share what sleep issues your parents or even you might be facing. I'm a nutritionist, and I'm always here to answer your questions and support you on this journey. Before we begin, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the Health Tips 365 channel so you won't miss any of our simple yet powerful health tips for your loved ones. Back to the topic of sleep. Did you know that according to research from the National Sleep Foundation, over 70% of people over the age of 60 have trouble sleeping, especially waking up multiple times during the night? And surprisingly, one of the most common causes is their diet. 1. Late afternoon coffee and black tea. Caffeine isn't just in coffee. It's also found in black tea, chocolate, and even some common pain relievers. For younger people, it might not make much of a difference. But for older adults, the liver processes caffeine about twice as slowly. That means a cup of coffee at 3 p.m. could still be active in your system by 11 p.m. But that's not all. Caffeine also lowers the production of melatonin, the key hormone that regulates your natural sleep cycle. When melatonin is suppressed, the brain doesn't receive the sleepy signal, making it harder to fall into deep sleep. And since melatonin naturally decreases with age, this effect is even more pronounced in older adults. A study from Stanford University found that just 200 milligrams of caffeine, the amount in a medium-sized cup of coffee, consumed within 6 hours before bedtime can reduce deep sleep time by up to 30% and double the time it takes to fall asleep. For those over 60, even 100 milligrams of caffeine can noticeably impact sleep quality. On top of that, caffeine can slightly raise your heart rate and cause feelings of restlessness or discomfort, none of which are ideal before bedtime. And if you're taking blood pressure or heart medications, caffeine may interfere with their effectiveness, indirectly making sleep problems even worse. So what if you still love the taste of coffee in the afternoon? No worries, you don't have to give it up completely. Try switching to decaf if you're drinking coffee after 1 p.m. It still has that rich, bold flavor, but with much less impact on your sleep. If you prefer tea, avoid black or green teas after lunchtime and go for herbal options like chamomile, peppermint, or goji berry tea, natural remedies proven to relax the nervous system and promote deeper sleep. Here's a quick tip. If you've already had a late coffee, consider doing some light activity like a 10 to 15 minute walk. It can help your body metabolize caffeine more quickly, and most importantly, make it a habit to enjoy coffee in the morning when your body is naturally more alert and in need of energy. Have you ever had trouble sleeping after drinking coffee? Comment 1 below and we'll send you a tip on how to enjoy your coffee without causing a spike in heart rate. 2. High sodium foods, especially salty dishes like pickles, canned soups, processed cheese, deli meats, sausages, packaged sandwiches, potato chips, and even crackers. Sodium doesn't just affect blood pressure, it's also one of the leading causes of nighttime urination. When sodium builds up in the bloodstream, the body tries to flush it out through urine, especially at night when kidney function naturally slows down. The result? You end up waking multiple times during the night, severely disrupting your sleep. According to the American Heart Association, AHA, older adults should consume no more than 1,500 milligrams of sodium per day. However, studies show that most Americans consume an average of 3,400 milligrams per day, more than double the recommended amount. A study from the Mayo Clinic found that just exceeding 2,000 milligrams of sodium at dinner can increase the risk of nighttime urination by nearly 70% in adults over 60. In addition to causing nighttime urination, sodium can also lead to water retention, resulting in swollen legs, a heavy or uncomfortable feeling, and increased blood pressure, which puts added strain on the heart. This can cause a rapid heartbeat or palpitations, both of which can make sleep lighter and lead to frequent waking during the night. So, what can you do to control sodium intake effectively without sacrificing flavor? Cut back on fish sauce and commercial soy sauce. Instead, try using lemon juice, apple cider vinegar, or natural herbs and spices like basil, dill, Vietnamese coriander, and fresh turmeric. Choose steaming or boiling over frying. These cooking methods preserve nutrients and require less salt. Always rinse canned foods like beans or vegetables under clean running water to reduce excess sodium. Read nutrition labels carefully. Look for products labeled low sodium or no salt added. A great habit to help counter the effects of sodium is drinking warm ginger water after dinner. Ginger helps improve blood circulation, reduces water retention, and supports detoxification through the urinary system. If you often experience swollen legs or frequent nighttime urination, try this simple routine daily for 2 weeks. You'll likely notice a real difference. If you found this information helpful, don't hesitate to hit like and share your sleep experience in the comments below. Here at Health Tips 365, we truly value your feedback. And don't forget to hit subscribe so we can continue exploring practical wellness tips together every week. In the next segment, I'll talk about a popular dish often served at parties and even during family dinners, but it could be silently disrupting your sleep and most people don't even realize it. Stay tuned. Number 3, fried and greasy foods. This is one of the worst food groups for causing insomnia in older adults. Fried foods and animal fats are high in saturated fats, which slow down digestion. As a result, your stomach, liver, and gallbladder are forced to keep working through the night, right when your body is supposed to be resting. This not only disrupts the natural sleep cycle, but also prevents the body from entering deep restorative sleep. According to a 2023 study published in the journal Obesity, a diet high in fat and sugar, especially from fried foods, can reduce slow-wave sleep, the deepest, most restorative phase of sleep, by 25 to 30%. Additionally, studies from the Mayo Clinic and the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition show that greasy foods can lower melatonin production at night, the key hormone responsible for helping the body fall asleep naturally. And cooking oil that's been reheated multiple times, especially in deep-fried foods, produces harmful compounds like acrolein, aldehydes, and free radicals. These substances can trigger low-grade chronic inflammation, disrupt the autonomic nervous system and circadian rhythms, all of which are particularly risky for older adults whose immune systems are weaker and whose liver and kidney function naturally decline with age. Older adults also tend to have slower digestion and are more prone to bloating. Eating fried foods at night, like fried chicken, French fries, or fried fish, can lead to acid reflux, heartburn, increased body temperature, and even mild heart rhythm disturbances. All of these factors make it harder for seniors to stay asleep, fall into deep sleep, or return to sleep after waking up. Fried foods don't just affect sleep, they also pose serious long-term health risks. Regular consumption can increase the likelihood of fatty liver, atherosclerosis, high cholesterol, and even stroke, dangerous complications that can occur silently during sleep if not properly managed. To improve health, older adults should switch to cooking methods like steaming, boiling, braising, or oil-free baking. When oil is needed, opt for unrefined plant-based oils, such as extra virgin olive oil, canola oil, or walnut oil. These are rich in monounsaturated fats, which support circulation and help reduce inflammation. Pro tip: Lightly brushing olive oil onto food before baking keeps the flavor while avoiding the heaviness of deep frying. Remember, just cutting out 1 to 2 fried meals per week and replacing them with lighter, gently cooked dishes can significantly improve sleep quality, reduce bloating, and help maintain more stable blood pressure. It's a simple change, but one that can make a big difference in the quality of life for older adults. Number 4, high sugar fruit juices. I understand that many of us, especially those in retirement, often enjoy a glass of fruit juice at the end of the day, thinking of it as a healthy habit. But surprisingly, that seemingly wholesome glass of juice might be quietly contributing to insomnia. The reason? Most fruit juices, especially bottled ones, contain high amounts of sugar, sometimes even more than soda. When consumed in the evening, this sugar causes a rapid spike in blood glucose, prompting the body to release insulin to bring levels back down. But then, blood sugar often crashes during the night, which can trigger a mild stress response, causing symptoms like a racing heart, sweating, or waking up in the middle of the night without knowing why. Numerous studies, including an analysis from the Journal of Sleep Research, have shown that high sugar intake in the evening is directly linked to increased nighttime awakenings and reduced deep sleep in adults over 60. In addition, frequent blood sugar fluctuations can overstimulate the adrenal glands, disrupting the body's natural melatonin cycle. Over time, this habit doesn't just affect sleep, it can also worsen common age-related conditions like type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and metabolic syndrome. A tired body from poor quality sleep leads to weakened immunity, increased chronic inflammation, and faster memory decline. A simple yet effective solution is to replace evening fruit juice with healthier alternatives like warm ginger water, chamomile tea, or plain water infused with a few fresh apple slices for a gentle flavor. These drinks not only help relax the body, but also stabilize blood sugar and support the nervous and digestive systems, exactly what the body needs at night. The key is not to let seemingly harmless habits quietly sabotage your precious sleep. Choosing the right drinks in the evening doesn't just lead to better rest, it also supports long-term health in a sustainable way. It's a small change that brings big benefits, not only helping you sleep more soundly, but also reducing the risk of common health issues in older adults. 5. Spicy foods and pepper. One often overlooked factor that can strongly impact sleep in older adults is the use of spicy seasonings at dinner. Chili peppers, black pepper, hot sauce, and spicy condiments can irritate the stomach lining, increase acid production, and cause a burning sensation in the esophagus, especially when lying down shortly after eating. Acid reflux, which commonly follows spicy meals, is one of the top reasons older adults wake up during the night. But the effects aren't limited to digestion. Spicy foods can also interfere with the body's thermoregulation system, our body's naturally lower core temperature to help us enter deep sleep. However, eating spicy food raises body temperature and activates sweat glands, disrupting the relaxation process. That restless, overheated, sweaty feeling in the middle of the night? I've seen it in many older patients who had spicy dishes with chili or pepper in the evening. A study from the University of Tasmania, Australia, found that eating spicy food within 3 hours of bedtime can delay sleep onset by an average of 22 minutes and shorten total nighttime sleep in adults over 55. This shows that even a small amount of spicy seasoning can interfere with the body's natural sleep, already more fragile in older adults. Instead of using stimulating spices, you can switch to gentler, sleep-friendly alternatives. Turmeric, ginger, dill, or parsley not only add flavor to meals but also support digestion, reduce inflammation, and soothe the stomach. A cup of ginger tea or a few slices of fresh ginger in warm water after dinner is another excellent way to ease bloating and promote better sleep. Don't let a few slices of chili rob you of a good night's rest. For older adults, simply adjusting how meals are seasoned can greatly improve sleep, aid digestion, and reduce the long-term risk of gastric inflammation or ulcers. This is a clear example of how a small, mindful choice can quietly become the key to preserving long-term quality of life. 6. Cheese and thiamine-rich foods. There's a group of foods few people realize can disrupt sleep: aged cheeses and fermented items like sausages and deli meats. In my work with older adults, I've encountered many cases where people experienced a racing heart, trouble sleeping, or suddenly waking up at night without understanding why. After closer investigation, we discovered the culprit, tyramine, an amino acid that forms in aged and fermented foods. Tyramine triggers the release of norepinephrine, a neurotransmitter that keeps the brain alert and stimulated, which interferes with the body's ability to relax and enter deep sleep. This isn't just a case of temporary sleeplessness. Tyramine can also cause a mild rise in nighttime blood pressure, which is especially dangerous for individuals with a history of hypertension, heart disease, or stroke. A study published in Neuropsychopharmacology found that tyramine can increase activity in the sympathetic nervous system, leading to irregular heart rhythms and negatively impacting the sleep cycle in sensitive older adults. Many people are still in the habit of having a sandwich with cheese or deli meat in the evening as a light and easy meal. However, this very combination can put extra strain on the stomach while also stimulating the nervous system and disrupting hormonal balance during the night. The result is fragmented sleep, frequent awakenings, and difficulty returning to deep sleep. Over time, this pattern can negatively affect memory, increase the risk of cognitive decline, and significantly reduce overall quality of life. The good news is that there are plenty of better alternatives. If you still enjoy the mild creaminess of cheese, consider switching to fresh varieties like ricotta, low-sodium mozzarella, or cottage cheese. These options are lower in tyramine and much easier to digest. Also, try to enjoy them at lunchtime rather than in the evening. This gives your body more time to digest and helps avoid interference with the brain's overnight recovery process. Another important point is that tyramine is not clearly listed on food labels, which means many older adults may unknowingly consume it every day. This is especially dangerous for those taking MAOI, monoamine oxidase inhibitor antidepressants, as combining these medications with tyramine can trigger acute hypertension, a very serious condition. So if you or a loved one is on medication, be sure to read the instructions carefully and consult with a doctor or nutritionist to stay safe. Small changes in how you choose your meals, such as avoiding fermented foods in the evening, choosing fresh cheeses, and eating them at the right time, can help sleep come more naturally, deeply, and fully. This won't just leave you feeling more refreshed in the morning. It's also an important step in protecting your heart, brain, and nervous system throughout your later years. 7. High-protein red meat. When it comes to reasons why older adults struggle with restless nights and difficulty falling asleep, red meat is rarely the first suspect. However, based on many years of working with seniors, I can confidently say that dinners featuring beef, lamb, or other high animal protein dishes are a silent yet powerful contributor to declining sleep quality. The reason lies in red meat's high content of protein and saturated fat, both of which require the digestive system to work hard and for an extended period. When consumed at night, the liver, stomach, and pancreas are forced to stay active at a time when the body should be easing into its natural resting state. This disruption interferes with the production of serotonin, the precursor to melatonin, making it harder for older adults to reach deep, restorative sleep. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that eating red meat in the evening can reduce deep sleep duration by up to 19% in people over 60. Moreover, those with a high intake of animal protein tended to wake up more frequently throughout the night, which impaired brain recovery and increased feelings of fatigue the next morning. The impact of red meat doesn't stop at sleep disruption. A diet high in red meat at night also places extra strain on the cardiovascular system and increases the risk of chronic conditions such as high blood pressure, atherosclerosis, and elevated cholesterol. For older adults, these are key risk factors that can quietly lead to stroke or heart failure, especially at night when blood pressure and heart rate are harder to regulate. So, what's the solution? You don't need to completely eliminate red meat. It still provides essential nutrients like iron and vitamin B12. Instead, shift red meat consumption to lunchtime. In the evening, opt for lighter, more digestible options such as steamed fish, boiled chicken breast, tofu, or soft vegetable soups. These meals are easier on the digestive system and help the body feel calm and relaxed, making it easier to fall asleep. Be cautious with the habit of having steak, braised meat, or grilled meat for dinner. While it might not cause issues for younger people, for older adults, these heavy meals can be a silent reason behind restless nights without them even realizing it. A small change in your dinner routine, choosing lighter, low-fat, easy-to-digest foods and eating at the right time, is one of the simplest yet most effective ways to improve sleep quality. Sometimes getting a good night's sleep doesn't require medication, just eating the right food at the right time in the right way. So there you have it. We've explored 7 everyday foods that may quietly disrupt sleep in older adults. From dark chocolate with its hidden caffeine to tempting fried dishes that keep your digestive system up all night, each of these can quietly undermine your sleep quality without you noticing. The key isn't about completely cutting out these foods, but rather understanding how they affect the body and adjusting the timing and preparation methods to suit your needs. Small changes, like enjoying chocolate in the morning instead of at night, choosing fresh cheese over aged varieties, or sipping ginger tea instead of fruit juice in the evening, are the first steps toward naturally improving sleep without the need for medication. Sleep isn't just about getting through the night. It plays a critical role in your body's recovery, memory, mood, and immune function the next day. And once you're over 60, every hour of deep sleep becomes a precious remedy that helps preserve your health and enhances your quality of life. If you found today's video helpful, please leave a like to let us know you're part of a growing community that cares about senior health. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button on Health Tips 365 so you won't miss out on upcoming advice covering nutrition, lifestyle habits, and natural, safe ways to prevent illness. If you're currently facing specific sleep issues, feel free to share your story in the comments below. With over 15 years of experience in senior nutrition, I'd love to hear from you and help you find the most suitable solution. Let's start today. Start with tonight's dinner. A small change can be the beginning of better sleep and more energized days ahead. Thank you, and see you in the next video.